So, up next, we have a really interesting block from Ashley. It is a association block. So, she asked me to pick songs for some folks that are regulars to the stream, and pick songs for why I associate that with them. So, a couple of these folks, it's either going to be songs that they frequently request, and a couple of them are going to be more like just flat-out song association. So up first, Julius. Have to go old school for this, because again, the appreciation Julius has for older styles, I love it. Like, on the one hand, like, Julius does stream doubles CS, which is incredible in and of itself. Not many folks do that. Then there's also just the appreciation for the older styles, like talking about either the menu, like the visuals, the aesthetics, the overall art style and direction, as well as the song choices. Like, you love to see it. So, continuing on that idea of appreciation as well, let's go VJ Army. Because I know most folks know this, but in case you didn't. So for this song, Good Cool approached all of the VJs, the folks that do the BGAs for the game, and said, hey, make whatever visuals you want, and then I'll make music that I think goes with those visuals. It was a reverse song creation. It's a super cool idea, and I honestly wish it's something that got repeated, because I don't think there's been anything else since that has done that. And I think it would be a really neat thing to revisit. Plus, peak Good Cool, so, like, wins all around. Such a good song. But yeah, just that idea of like appreciation for, you know, either the visuals or the music or both. But yeah, I think that's a good representation for Julius, but that's just me. Quickly catching up on chat. Talking about that Yamoko request, 68K is wondering what song it was. I went with Heavenly Sun, because that was part of a reader poll that pushed Yamoko to make a trance track, even though he felt that he wouldn't be good at it. And then we also, right after, played Tantis Portois, because, hold on, memory... Rachel brought that up, and I think it's not necessarily showing his strength as maybe the most versatile, but again, his execution is so on point for Tantis Portois, so... Yeah, I'd say that was a solid second place. But yeah, VJ Army 2, please. Yeah, like, even though like the transitions are like genre shifts, like, it is all butter smooth. Yeah, and I was happy for Heavenly Sun also because on both the DPH and the DPA, the 8th note stream in it is one of the most fun to execute in the entire game, in my opinion. Alright, so, 1 down, 4 to go in the song association block, and Ashley, much obliged. Up next, Ashley was asking for something for Silly Lier. This is pretty, I don't want to say easy, but straightforward. Knowing how much of a fan Laird is for the Gidadora franchise, at least 100 seconds. Easy. Such a rock-solid song, too. Absolutely deserved to be the first crossover anthem for Bimani. Yeah, and that's the thing. If I might be misremembering it, 68K, but I'm pretty sure that was his initial take on things, was that, like, oh, well, you know, trance isn't something that I'm, like, super good at, but okay. Like, I think that was the mentality, if I remember correctly, and I could be misremembering, but, like, yeah, Heavenly Sun slaps. Said it before, I love the old school sometimes. Yeah, like, just everything on that is so good, and it also led into a lot of folks mentioning that if you haven't, please listen to iFutureless, because Bimani fan or not, iFutureless is an S-tier album. It is such a good album to listen to. But I know that's something that you also agree with as well, 68K. Yeah, just amazing. Such a good song. Like, I know, I believe it was Sigma that mentioned that he felt that Concertino in Blue was, like, a better mascot or, like, representative for Guitar Freaks and Drum Mania, but it's one of those, I'm not agreeing with you, but you're not wrong either. But I think at least 100 Seconds beats it out. And yeah, just an incredible song. And again, much obliged for frequently requesting this or something from Gidadora, Lier. Much appreciated. Song name, The Least 100 Seconds. So, a lot of folks will say that Flower is the Bimani national anthem because it got crossed over to every game and then some. Least 100 Seconds did that first. It is a legend in the just all of Bimani, not just for Gidadora. Yeah, Kronos is really good too. That's prime. If I remember correctly, Kronos is Jimmy Weckel, I believe. No, that's Tag. Oh, I'm thinking of, oh, what is it? It sounds super similar. I think it's Icicle? Maybe? Hold on. Oh, that's gonna bother me now. 1 second. Although I might be misremembering titles. I am. But yeah, Chronos is also really solid as well for representing that series. Absolutely. Make sure I'm fully caught up in chat. Alright, so up next, we have Cuvelia. So, I could play I Am, but we did recently play that. So, why don't we check on the girls with dance class? But yeah, solid either, like, newer, like, kind of what Exion has done, or, like, not quite Be For You, not quite Platonics, but just, like S-tier J-pop or J-pop adjacent with a solid female vocal line or female vocalist in front. Yeah, I think that's a good rep for Cuvelia. A little bit of drift, but eh. Are they a famous girl? No, they so they are manufactured, or like, you know, kind of like Spice Girls, like, you know, auditions are held, etc. It's not like a naturally forming group. But that is Platonics with Ray D, which is just kind of a catch-all alias. But if you want to dig in a little bit further on that, there you go, Girl 81. Again, Cuvelia, much obliged as always. So it is a couple of minutes past the hour. Normally this is where we'd be taking our next stretch break, but we're going to be wrapping up soon-ish, so no stretch break just yet. Again, if you have not yet already, that 50-point song request is there for a reason. I want to make sure that if you do want to request something, that, you know, I'm able to play something for you. Mentioning as we've got 2 more to go in the Song Association block from Ashley. And then after that, any and all those 50 pointers will be playing them. And then we might do a couple of additionals, but then at that point we'll be wrapping up. But up next, we have Tawali And yeah, I'm just gonna go with what I know is one of Tuwali's favorite songs, but also thematically, I think it's also super on point as well, because I know both Cuvelia and Tuwali are huge on trying to be supports for the community and kind of, you know, be that, you know, cheerleader in chat. And like lyrically, this is super on point for that as well. Let's go for the DPA. Might be a little tiring, but it's fine. And since it has been a little bit since we've mentioned this, we have some newer faces in chat from when we last reminded folks. Please remember, everybody, you matter, you are valid, you deserve to be happy. You know, when we're in the mix of things, when we're completing a project at work, or we've got an exam to crunch for at school, whatever the case may be, it can be real easy to forget on that. It can be really easy to forget that on a day-to-day basis that we have more control than we might realize. Like, yeah, it's possible in the span of just today, you're not going to be able to change everything that's, you know, unfortunate in your life that you want to change for the better. Maybe improve the relationships you have with your coworkers in terms of how they communicate, or give feedback per se, or how you get along with friends and family, etc. But remember, every day is exactly that. Its own day. There's a reason I always say small steps. You know, if you were able to move the needle just a little, that's still movement towards where you'd prefer, and that movement's not going to happen if you don't do anything. So I hope, while doing the juggling act that is, you know, life in, you know, the year 2022, that you don't lose sight of that. And again, you matter, you are valid, you deserve to be happy, and the world is always a better place because of you being in it. And for what it's worth, I'm incredibly grateful to have you all here.
I must prevail in this endless war with myself apart me. 'Cause I like me, don't wanna look in the mirror today and see that I haven't changed. I like me.
Just absolutely solid. But I mean, then again, it's Kobo, so. Whew. Yeah, it's a really good warm. I could see that being a good warm-up song too, because it's really straightforward. Like that ending, like I do have a little trouble with it, but it's just because it just doesn't let up. But it's just really on beat and just really just following the basic drum track. So good though. Yeah, Resort Anthem was very strong. Alright, so we've got one more to go in the Song Association block. Again, Ashley, much obliged. So she asked for Itinerant Soldier, and I'm gonna be blunt. I'm not 100% sure what song I would associate with Itinerant Soldier based on song requests, but I also know that Itinerant Soldier is a little bit more on the work and lurk side of things. There is nothing wrong with that. Speaking of, it's been a bit since I've last mentioned, whether you're in chat, lurking and vibing, or if you're with me on the VOD or on YouTube, but thank you for making me a part of your day. That is all that matters. Full stop. Much appreciated. So, on that note, though, why don't we play a song that, at least in the video, has the hardest working cat in all of IIDX? Good song, too. Also, Tuwali, talking about I Fight Me, good example of what I call a progressive chart. Gradually builds on itself, more complex. Yeah, honestly, like, the overall scaling in that song, like, self-contained, super, super on point. Strongly agree. You mentioning the long song. Yeah, also, very straightforward, very on the beat. The another, it's denser, but it's not overly dense. Yeah. I know that this Song of Machiko and there's one other one that I'm dropping, but I know that these were warm-ups for a lot of folks. Yeah, and talking about Akira, like, yeah, not so much trance, but like techno, like this, Play That Hate You, yeah, just A+. So, that should be the Song Association block from Ashley, except, what about Ashley herself? Or themselves, I should say. Don't assume. So, one more. So I know Ashley was a huge fan of just the overall techno sound in 2DX in general. I'm almost tempted to go with either Flashback 90s or Intelligence And. But I also know that Ashley was a big fan of Eurobeat, and thinking about appreciating the sound of the game and the genre, let's go with something that handles both of those. Just an amazing love letter. So good. Yeah, again, like Morinaga and Ryustar, like nailed that Naoki send up. Absolutely. Right. So that concludes the song association block. And again, Ashley, much appreciated.